The average American eats 72 frozen meals a year, and over 70% of the sodium in the American diet does not come from the salt shaker. It comes preloaded inside the processed food you pull out of your freezer. The American Heart Association says your ideal daily sodium limit is 1,500 milligrams. One single item in the Costco freezer aisle delivers 1,370 milligrams. That is 90% of your entire day in one meal. We bought the most popular frozen meals at Costco, read every ingredient list, ran the nutrition math, and ranked them. Today, you are getting 2 lists: 10 frozen meals you should never put in your cart again, and 5 that are genuinely worth your money and your health. By number 1 on each list, you will know exactly what to buy and what to walk past forever. The 10 worst meals you should never buy. Let us start with the damage. These are the 10 frozen meals at Costco that are actively working against your health. Number 10. Real Good Foods. Poblano chicken enchiladas, marketed as a guilt-free keto meal. One enchilada delivers 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 17 grams of saturated fat. That is 85% of your daily saturated fat limit in a single small serving. The tortilla is made entirely from processed chicken protein and Parmesan cheese. Reviewers describe the texture as rubbery and spongy, sitting in a pool of watery liquid. One Reddit user called it tomatillo and throw up. Keto or not, 1,000 milligrams of sodium is not guilt-free. Number 9. Jimmy Dean sausage, egg and cheese croissants. 610 milligrams of sodium and 10 grams of saturated fat before your day even starts. That is half the American Heart Association's ideal sodium limit consumed at breakfast. The egg patty contains soybean oil, modified cornstarch, xanthan gum, and artificial butter flavor. The cheese uses tetrazsodium pyrophosphate, a synthetic emulsifier linked to vascular damage and kidney strain. You are not eating a farm breakfast. You are eating a chemistry experiment wrapped in a soggy croissant. Number 8. El Monterey chicken and cheese chimichangas. The serving size says 1 chimichanga. Nobody eats 1. Eat 3, which is a normal meal, and you are looking at 840 calories, 1,230 milligrams of sodium, and over 100 grams of refined carbohydrates. The chicken filling is packed with modified food starch and sodium phosphate, an additive that drives vascular calcification over time. The marketing says signature. The ingredient list says industrial paste. Number 7. Delamex beef. Corn taquitos. 43 grams of carbohydrates against only 12 grams of protein for 5 tiny taquitos. This is a blood sugar spike disguised as a snack. The beef filling uses caramel color, which can contain a potential carcinogen called 4-MEI, and corn syrup solids. Added sugar in a savory beef product is the hallmark of ultra-processing designed to hack your brain's reward system. Reviewers describe them as hollow tubes of corn tortilla with a thin smear of brown, salty paste. Number 6. Bibigo beef bulgogi mandu. 660 milligrams of sodium and 5 grams of sugar in 4 dumplings. Add the soy dipping sauce and you blow past 1,000 milligrams in one sitting. The filling contains carrageenan, an emulsifier that medical researchers use to intentionally cause intestinal inflammation in lab animals. It also contains corn syrup solids and liquid smoke. Reviewers say the recipe has gotten sweeter over time. That is not a coincidence. It is engineering. Number 5. Kirkland Signature mac and cheese. 1 cup delivers 14 grams of saturated fat. That is 70% of your entire daily limit in a single serving. Eat 2 cups, which is a normal dinner portion, and you hit nearly 1,000 calories, 1,440 milligrams of sodium, and 140% of your saturated fat ceiling. Reviews on the Costco subreddit call it slimy, gummy, and overwhelmingly bland despite all that fat and salt. One of the most dangerous items in the warehouse for anyone monitoring cholesterol or heart health. If this list is making you rethink your freezer, hit subscribe right now, because the top 4 are even worse. And then we are flipping the script with 5 meals that are genuinely worth buying. Number 4. Tyson Crispy Chicken Strips. 500 milligrams of sodium for a 3-ounce serving. That is about 2 small strips. To get a real meal's worth of protein, you need double that, which pulls in 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 34 grams of empty breading carbohydrates. The packaging says 100% all natural. That is meaningless. The FDA barely regulates that term. The texture? Reviewers call it spongy, reconstituted, and Franken-glued together. Your protein source should not feel like it was assembled in a laboratory. Number 3. Kirkland Signature Pepperoni Pizza. The label says a serving is 1/4 of a thin crust pizza. Nobody eats a quarter. Eat half, a normal dinner, and you consume 940 calories, 16 grams of saturated fat, and 1,880 milligrams of sodium. That blows past the American Heart Association's entire ideal daily sodium limit in one meal. The pepperoni contains sodium nitrite, which forms carcinogenic nitrosamines when baked at high temperatures. The cheese uses cellulose, refined wood pulp, as a filler. $12 for 4 pizzas sounds like a deal until you calculate the cardiovascular cost. Number 2. Marie Callender's Chicken Pot Pies. 610 calories, 32 grams of fat, 13 grams of saturated fat, 760 milligrams of sodium, in one small pie, and some retail versions list the serving size as half a pie to make the numbers look better. The crust uses intrasterified soybean oil, a chemically hardened fat replacement for banned trans fats that emerging research links to metabolic disruption and liver damage. Loyal customers say the quality has collapsed. Watery, bland, almost no chicken, massive chunks of carrots used as cheap filler instead of protein. Number 1. Kirkland Signature Frozen Chicken Bakes. The single worst frozen meal in the entire Costco warehouse. 1,370 milligrams of sodium in one chicken bake. That is 90% of the American Heart Association's ideal daily limit consumed in a few minutes of eating. For seniors or anyone managing blood pressure, this single item can trigger dangerous fluid retention and blood pressure spikes. The filling combines processed bacon with nitrates, heavily salted cheeses, and industrial Caesar dressing made with soybean oil and high-fructose corn syrup. The frozen version is universally regarded as a massive disappointment. Reviewers call it a giant hot pocket that does not live up to the fresh version in any way. Rubbery dough, homogeneous, salty mush. If you want a chicken bake, buy one fresh from the food court and split it. Do not waste freezer space on this nutritional disaster. The 5 best meals that are actually worth it. Now, the good news. These 5 items prove the freezer aisle can support a genuinely healthy diet. Real ingredients, honest nutrition labels, food that happens to be frozen. Number 5. Veggies made great spinach egg white frittatas. 70 calories, 200 milligrams of sodium, 5 grams of clean protein. The first ingredients are actual vegetables: spinach, tomatoes, onions, red bell peppers. No artificial preservatives, no fillers, no added sugars. At 75 cents each, these are the best frozen breakfast in the warehouse. Light, airy, and they microwave perfectly without turning rubbery. Number 4. Milton's Roasted Vegetable Cauliflower Crust Pizza. 230 calories per quarter pizza versus 470 for the Kirkland pepperoni. Half the calories, drastically less sodium. The crust is real cauliflower, certified gluten-free, non-GMO, project verified, made with RBST-free cheese. No nitrates, no nitrites, no processed meat. Reviewers rate it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and the crust actually bakes up thin and crispy instead of turning to mush. This is what pizza night should look like. Number 3. Trident Seafoods Alaskan Salmon Burgers. 170 calories, 20 grams of protein, 1,190 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, 330 milligrams of sodium. Made from whole fillets of wild-caught Alaska salmon with 0 fillers, 0 breading, and 0 chemical binders. At $2.50 per burger, This is the best value for wild-caught seafood in the entire store. The American Heart Association recommends fatty fish for heart health, and these deliver it straight from frozen to your air fryer in minutes. Number 2. Kevin's Natural Foods Lemongrass Chicken. 150 calories, 21 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, 350 milligrams of sodium. The chicken is cooked sous vide for tenderness. The sauce uses coconut aminos instead of soy sauce, coconut sugar instead of refined sugar. 0 dairy, 0 gluten, 0 soy. The poultry is raised without antibiotics. Created by a founder managing an autoimmune disease, every meal is designed to minimize inflammation. Reviewers rave about the tenderness and the flavor. It heats in a skillet in under 5 minutes. Number 1. Kirkland Signature Grilled Chicken Breast Strips. This is it, the single best frozen item in the entire Costco warehouse. 110 calories, 22 grams of protein, 0 carbohydrates, 390 milligrams of sodium, 99% fat-free, boneless, skinless chicken breast with minimal seasoning. No breading, no inflammatory seed oils, no mechanical separation. Dietitians consistently rank this as their #1 Costco freezer purchase. The strips are individually frozen, so you pull out exactly what you need. Clean, neutral flavor that works in salads, wraps, pasta, stir-fries, anything. For seniors fighting muscle loss, for families needing fast, lean dinners, for anyone who wants real food that happens to be frozen, this is the answer. This is what the freezer aisle was supposed to be. 2 lists, 15 products, and one simple truth. The Costco freezer aisle is not your friend by default. It is a minefield and a gold mine sitting side by side. The worst items hide behind serving size tricks, meaningless marketing buzzwords, and ingredient lists designed to confuse you. The best items prove that frozen food can be clean, honest, and genuinely good for your body. I am not telling you to avoid the freezer. I am telling you to read every label, flip the box over, check the sodium per serving, count the ingredients you cannot pronounce, and if the serving size looks suspiciously small, do the math on what you will actually eat.